It's nighttime. It's been a long day today. Tomorrow is Mother's Day. And I want to upload this in time for Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Let's look at all my plants. Real quick. Here we go. First off, my Peloric Phalaenopsis hybrid. What's going on with it? Well, I recently repotted it because a lot of the roots were rotting in. So I went in and cut off the bad roots. Also, it's got those flower spikes are continuing to extend. We have got 1, 2, 3. Let's turn on the light here so that we can better see. There you go. 3, 4, and 5. There you go. It's doing all right. Next, Phalaenopsis gigantea, variation alba, tall way, and nothing really new. Roots are doing excellent. This root that dried off at the tip is now growing a new root off to the side. How silly. Leaf continues to grow up. That's all. Next, Stanhopea tigrina, variation nigroviolacea. This new growth continues to extend and looks lovely. And there's that new growth over here. Let me get the light on. And no, I said get the light on. There you go. And now focus, please. There you go. This new growth looks very happy. And somewhere around here, oh yeah, you can see the roots are now starting to pop up near the clear. Oh yeah, they look real happy. See, this is why with orchids you really love having clear pots, so you can really take joy in happy roots. Alright, next. Alright, here's Trichopilia suavis. It's not going to show here, but I dug deep into here earlier, and near the base of this pseudobulb, there's a new growth that's just ready to pop out underneath. And it's under here, and I look forward to when it decides to really show its face to the rest of the world. Also, the roots that were rotted off, well, those are gone, of course, but it's got plenty of new roots popping out, and it seems to have no sign of rot anywhere. So it's liking my current regimen of watering it every second day with this mix of charcoal and moss. So I'm glad. It seems to be doing quite well. Next. Alright, this is a new orchid in my collection. This is a Phalaenopsis hybrid, Sogo Major X Brother Sarah Gold, but this one is supposed to be a Peloric variety. And if I ever decide to put up the pictures, I'll put it in the comments. But it's got a lovely golden color, and I look forward to it. Nothing looks like it's a flower spike at the moment, but look at these roots. They're just starting to get hungry. So I look forward to making sure that this thing gets a lot of nice feed without burning it. Do no fertilizer burn. Okay, gotta keep tabs on this. I don't quite remember whether this was like this or not, this root. I think it was like that, but either way, all the other roots down here look like they're perfectly fine. There doesn't seem to be any burn. Oh yeah, look at that. Crazy. Alright. So look forward to flower spikes from this one. Next. Alright, and here's another one too. This is Habanera medusae, and this is a terrestrial orchid. So unlike most orchids that are epiphytic, this one can live on the ground. This one, nothing much to report other than this one's starting to show, unfurl a rosette of leaves. So during that time, it's about time you start watering it more abundantly. But typically when it's in dormancy, because this, unlike most orchids, this one has like a dieback period where it will die back to the ground and rest for the winter. So otherwise, nothing else to report really. It looks happy and healthy. The leaves are nice, soft, and velvety feeling. It's quite nice. Alright, next. Alright, this is Paraphalaenopsis labucensis. I did take a deep look at the roots. I unpacked it, and there's a nice new white nubbin of a new root popping out at the base. And I don't think I can show you quite well here. yeah, I'm not gonna bother it. I just want to leave it alone. But it seems it's popping out a new root, and it looks like a happy, healthy root. So I'm glad I changed the setup. It looks like it's gonna make a good recovery. All right, next. This is an epidendrum cutting that I got for free from some pleasant folks at the Orchid Society meeting that I went to recently, maybe a week or two ago. And, they say around here in my parts, down in the south, it grows like a weed, and just anywhere and everywhere. And you know what? I'm keen on believing them. This thing hasn't really gotten much of care for me because I'm not actually that excited about the plant. But hey, I can't say no to a free plant. It seems quite vigorous. But yeah, that's it. Next. All right, Dendrobium unicum. What's up with you? Nothing much, except these old canes are starting to get a little bit more bendy, so that means they're providing energy to the new growths, and these new growths look happy and healthy. Nothing to really report other than that. They look lovely and glossy leaves. Just look at that. That's nice. They look so happy. Next. Alright, this is Dendrobium tetragonum. What's new? Well, now I'm starting to see some new roots. See those white lines there? Those white thick lines? Those are new roots popping up. Oh, look at that. There's a nice green looking new root. Some new leaves that I'm pretty sure I've never seen before, like this one that's just unfolding. Yeah, it seems to be adapting pretty well to the conditions here. Nothing else really to report. It's still quite small. Alright, next. Encyclia garciana. So originally it was in this pot, I believe. Yes, this pot. And I decided I'm finally going to repot it in this clear pot because I like looking at plant feet. Look at that. Look at those roots. They look cool. And so now that I have a window, I can see them better. When I unpotted it, there were definitely a lot of dead roots from the older pseudobulbs, but the new pseudobulbs have plenty of good roots. So if we take a close look here, you may see that there's actually two growths here. So let me put this down. There's a new growth here and a new growth right there. If you can see that little nubbin, there you go. Yeah. So it seems to be happy in its current state. So though I did just repot it, so maybe it's gonna sulk a little bit. Otherwise, it's doing quite well. Take a look at this leaf in the middle there, and then the leaf in the middle here. So I wonder if these will flower anytime soon. Curious. Next. Alright, this is Dendrobium stratiotes. What? I would say there's nothing to report, but there's a lot going on, so let's try to see. This is the original tallest stock that we had before. And this one was shorter back then. It's grown a lot since in the months that I've had it. However, so this older stock is not looking good, and I'm sure it's because I repotted it and broke a lot of roots. So yeah, that doesn't look good either, but that's a different stock. But yeah, it's not looking happy there. But that's fine, I guess, because the main thing is this new growth seems pretty happy. Taking a look here, there's this root continues to extend out. I was hoping it would go down, but it's not going down. But that's not the new thing. The new thing is that it's throwing out a new eye. You see this ginormous green pimple? It's going to throw out a new growth, it looks like. Unfortunately, not in the direction that I like. I was hoping it would throw the growth out that away, on that side, not this side. Well, either way, that means it's getting happy. Also, there's an eye here. There's an eye there. I wonder if it's going to do anything. But this one's clearly this one's real swollen. It's getting ready to just go to town. All right. Next. All right, Dendrobium stratiote. Not stratios. Dendrobium spectabile, however you want to cadence out those syllables. Nothing to report other than that eye is still not moving. That's been there for a while, this eye, but the roots continue to grow out. Everything looks fine on that end. And the roots are tending to grow out this way, which is all fine and dandy. Looking at the roots around the clear pot, it looks that they're still green and they weren't damaged in the previous repotting process. So otherwise, everything looks okay. Lovely, lovely. Alright, Maxillaria tenuifolia. Anything to really report? Nothing much. This spring onion of a growth continues to extend, but I don't really see any roots in here sprouting from that area, so nothing on that one. But this one, I know that the root, the good root, continues to extend in there. So yeah, this white portion there, that looks like it's gonna do well. All right, well that's that. Nothing much else to report. Next. Time for this merry basket of stuff. First off, Dendrobium, what's this way? So Tobaense variation giganteum. All these growths, even the tiny ones here, continue to be in quite good shape. And the happiest one here is this one with its 3 leaves right here. I think there's another one that's also trying to grow 3 leaves. Ah, it's this one. Can I get a better look? Actually, no. Nope, that's just me. I didn't see that properly. Well, either way. And the roots here, and there's some deeper roots in there that I checked that look very, very happy with the current watering schedule and fertilization. So all's well here. Next. Alright, this is Phalaenopsis little one. And this one, well, I don't think I remember seeing that little new leaf popping up before last time, but now there seems to be a new leaf in there. The roots look fine and green. Oh, there it is. That's the one. It looks alright to me. So, no problems here as far as I can tell, boss. Alright. Next, Brassivola cuculata X BLC Gulf Green. Actually, it's reversed, but either way, these 2 growths there and there are, well, they're continuing to pop even further, and the roots seem okay. Though it feels like some of the roots are starting to rot back. I'm not too sure. Let's take a look, shall we? That one I don't remember being like that. Was it that one? Well, either way, there are some healthy roots back here that seem to be doing just fine. There and deep in there. Getting deep in there at least. They seem just fine. Alright, next. Cymbidium Chens Ruby is doing fantastic. Where's that new leaf? There's a new leaf in here somewhere. Animal Crossing where? Jokes. Okay, so there, right? Can I? Okay. There, right in there. There's a new leaf popping out. So it's growing well, and you may notice that it's finally in a clear pot. And boy, oh boy, when I unpotted this, those roots looked so darn healthy and fat. It's got the fattest roots of them all. Look at them nubbins. Ridiculous. So it's in good shape as far as I can tell. So now that I've repotted it, it's probably going to sulk a bit because, like most plants, they don't like being disturbed in their foot says, their root says. And so hopefully I didn't halt any progress or hurt the roots in the process. We'll be checking in on those root tips later. But otherwise, everything looks quite lovely. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at all them tips. Alright. Next. Alright. Catasetum nomus. Boy, that guy was right. Well, not for this catasetum, but catasetums in general, his advice seems to be applying real well. This wasn't bigger than this earlier. This was the biggest bulb before, but now this is guaranteed huge compared to this one. And Now we just need the leaves to continue unfurling, and boy, I'm excited. Are you excited? You ought to be, because I'm excited. These are looking super cool. Next. Alright, Catasetum lanciferum, my very bearded Catasetum. That root still seems to be okay. Nothing that I can really tell. I'll put this down. The size of this bulb, of course, is definitely not as big as this original one. So I wonder how long it will take before it gets that big. But I am continuing to use that stronger half-strength fertilizer that the guy recommended. Hopefully it gets to the same results as that other one, that other Catasetum illness. Alright, next. Finally, the mother plant, no, not mother plant, but the plant that's been, housing with all those other seedlings over there. This one, well, it's been thick in the middle, and look at that. It's putting out another leaf already, and it's not even, it doesn't feel like it's done growing this leaf just yet. So I think it's just having a good time. I think even though this one was the one that was growing, I think this one was still continuing to extend while this one was growing. So I think, while this newest leaf is popping out, this one will still continue to extend. At least that's what I'm thinking, and that's what I'm hoping. Because if this is the newest growth and it's shorter than everything else, that doesn't bode well. But I think this will still continue to extend. While this new little nub of a leaf is popping out. But yeah, it's still quite thick around here, and I look forward to that. Is there any sign of the roots? Oh, this is an extra sturdy plastic one, so it's harder to see anything going on down in there. Nothing that I see. Oh well. Happy for it. It seems to be bouncing back real well. Alright, we see a Clades Pathulifera. That thing continues to grow big. This growth here continues to go too. What I'm worried about is that because it's close to the edge, you see how big these little pseudobulbs get? I'm worried about this one, being up against the edge, that it might be detrimental to the health of it. I wonder how I'm going to leave it there and see how it reacts. Because, this is good information for those who want to have one of these. I also recently stuffed a little bit more moss in there, because this is supposed to be semi-terrestrial in nature, so it probably doesn't want as many air pockets as I've given it here. So we'll take a look and see how it does. I've also given it a stronger fertilizer, about a third-ish strength, and so we'll see how that turns out over the weeks to come. Okay, bye. On the next one. Alright, my mom's rehab Phalaenopsis is throwing out a new leaf. Look how glossy these leaves are. They look pretty nice. Not the nicest glossy leaves, but they're much glossier than what it used to be. Look at that. That's no good. Anywho, that's a new leaf. And where are my roots? Look at that. Oh wait, did that one just rot off? Or has that been like that? Rats, hold on. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that doesn't look good. And I was going to share good news. Well, that's still looking good. That root's still looking good. I think I might have to check my potting on this one. It might be too wet. I'll have to air out it a bit. No worry, I can fix that. Alright, but that's not the interesting one. The interesting one is this rehab Phalaenopsis. Another one that my mom just didn't want to take care of, really. And so, look, that leaf is so nice and glossy and happy. Look at all these roots. We got 1, 2, 3, and what is this? Actually, is that a root? No, look at that. That's a spike. It's happy enough to put out a little flower spike. Look at all these root nubbins. Look at them just going all over the place. No sense of shame. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Good grief. No sense of shame. It's having a good time now. Fantastic. Well, I'm happy for you, bud. I'm happy for you. All right, next. All right, chocolate orchid is starting to unleash the missiles. So at the top, nothing much, but down here, it's starting to pop out them little bracts of there you go. Starting to pop out the bracts. So if I remember correctly, it's about like 3 to 5 flowers a bract or something like that. I don't quite remember, but they're starting to unfold. So it won't be too long. Maybe, I'd say maybe a month or so. Maybe another month. And this one will be blooming real nice. Oh, I'm so excited. And I believe we've come to the last update. Next. Now then, do these roots look familiar to you? Ah, yes. Look at that. Insane. Well, was I right in the prediction? I don't remember when I put up the last update. But look at this thing. I love it. Okay, so nice, thick, waxy lip. It doesn't feel flimsy at all. And then look at these patterns. There's some semblance of whatchamacallit, order, and then a little bit of chaos near the end. It's got a happy face up here. And then like all this, right? Hold on, I'm gonna go to manual focus for this. Manual focus. Let me get a nice macro here. Okay. Look at that. The pattern is two-toned. There's like some darker portions, and then there's some more chocolate bits and pieces here. That lip is gorgeous. And okay, and this has a fragrance. It smells spicy. It smells like freshly ground pepper or peppercorns. It's like it's a delicious spiciness. I love it to death. I like it more than that guy up there. I like it more than that Lycopedilum. I mean, like that one over there is sweet smelling, but you know what? I like the spicy smell. I really do. And the pattern here is far more interesting and wild and superior, in my opinion. I love this thing. I love this thing. I'm so glad I splurged on this, what, 2 months ago? 3 months ago? I don't quite remember when I bought it. But I wanted it when I first saw it, and it's everything that I hoped for. It's so cool. Alright, I think that's about it. That's my update. Pre-Mother's Day, for Mother's Day.